Howdy everyone, welcome to my retro media room, and today I decided I wanted to take a look at my top 10 most valuable Super Nintendo games. Now, real quick, what I had to factor in here, because Super Nintendo games are like pretty much all cartridge games, whether or not the game has its box is a huge factor in how much value it holds. Even the super, so I'll literally have, like, say Doom here. This is number 10. This is worth more with it being complete with its box than a more rare game that's only its cartridge and booklet. And I have custom cases in some of these instances, but those aren't worth money per se. They're just neat for me just to have as an owner, but they're not worth money because they're not authentic. So they're not worth more than $5, right? So what I paid for them, or $6-7, but I'd say $5 if it's used. Anyway, so all of these I determined by not so much that they're the most rare Super Nintendo games that I have; they're the most valuable based on their completeness. So it's kind of so that's how I had to treat mine, because I have games that are more rare, but they don't have their box, and that's a big part of what they'll go from. They'll go from $80 to $250 just because the box is with it. So, having said that, we have Doom here to start with. Now, Doom, of course, was one of the games to use the Super FX chip, like Star Fox. So we'll take a look at the back here. Is actually, considering it's on a 16-bit console, it is a solid port of the game, especially back in the day when if all you had was Super Nintendo, it was a decent way to play it, really. I mean, the PlayStation version is my personal favorite of. I've talked about it before. My personal favorite of Doom. So now here's the interesting part. So it's got a red cartridge, and of course in the booklet it looks like a field manual. So pretty interesting. So yeah, so this is number 10 on the list here of my top 10 most valuable, and then next we have Secret of Evermore at number 9. I've not played this game yet. There's a lot going on in this box, in fact. So we'll take a quick look here. So I can't comment on the game itself. I'll fire it up one of these days for sure. It looks cool. I love the crazy packaging it has, because here's 2 posters, and of course the game, and of course I got all the goodies with it, and then booklet with really cool artwork. So the artwork of this stuff looks great. So I'm definitely going to, I need to stop saying definitely. I say definitely all the time. I'm certainly going to fire up Evermore, Secret of Evermore, and check it out one of these days. All right. At number 8, we have Indiana Jones, The Greatest Adventures. Now, bear in mind, thankfully, I paid either half or a third or even a quarter of what these are worth now at the time. So I'm grateful for that. I kind of struck while the iron was hot, I guess you could say. Haven't really played this game to speak of yet, but it's supposed to be pretty good. So it's one I will certainly fire up also one of these days. Like, it's kind of the curse of being a collector. You struggle to play everything, honestly. There's the game. And this one, I actually got a very nice copy here, because it's got original poster, very nice booklet, information booklet. So yeah, very happy with this copy. And of course, I love Indiana Jones, as a franchise. Okay, and at number 7, we got, and believe it, it's funny how this is this low on the list. It would be higher. So this is the player's choice version of Link to the Past. I've showed it on a previous video, and if this were because I have the original release cartridge and booklet, but I don't have its original case. I only have a custom one, so that is worth about $50 more. So, but this one's still worth a decent amount though, so it's pretty cool. But I made sure it was complete. I've got the map with it, information, of course, the game, which is immaculate. I've never played it, don't need to. Immaculate booklet. So this is a very nice, very crispy copy that I'm really happy to have. This one I just keep for collector's sake, because I have various other means to actually play the game, particularly the Super Nintendo Mini. I could play Zelda with. Okay, next at number 6, we got WCW Super Brawl. So this game, I didn't pay that much for. I paid like $30, and it's worth well over 100 now with it when it's complete. If it's not complete, it's worth a fraction of that. That looks like $300. That's definitely not true. Anyway, it was probably $30. I think that was the marking on it. Of course, I'll show the back here. I've hardly played this game, if at all, but I love Sting. I got this for a buddy of mine who were both Sting fans, and this is, Sting back, in his original form. And there's the game and the booklet. So yeah, happy to have this. I actually didn't know. I didn't realize its value. I just found out today by looking this up that its value jumped up more than I originally knew. All right, at number 5, we got RoboCop versus Terminator. I've showed this in a previous video, but I'll show it again here. And of course, I have this still. Now, all these have protective cases. I just took them out for time. But I put the booklet in the back of this because with the plastic sleeve inside, it doesn't really fit inside. Because this box is extremely unique. Absolutely, probably my favorite Super Nintendo box of all time. A Super Nintendo game box of all time. Because the Sega Genesis version just has this front art and that's it. Whereas this has this shell casing. Really, really cool shell casing that it has. And it fits over the top of this. Now, this is a little on the rough side because you got the game. I'll just put this out. So you got the game and you got this back end that it folds, that it fits over. So this is not perfect, but it's worth a good chunk of change. I'm glad I have it. I got it on bid for like $30 back in like 2015. So I got this quite a while back. Got it at quite a steal actually off a guy off eBay I sniped a bid and it worked out. All right, at number 4, we got Kirby Superstar. So Kirby Superstar 8 games in 1. I've played this a little bit. I need to. I think that, don't quote me. I could. This might be on the Super Nintendo Mini, but so here's the interesting thing about this. I had to factor in. So for display only, this is not its original box. Although it is, and I've showed these cases before in a previous video. It is an authentic box, but it is not originally made for retail. So therefore, what you'll notice, and I'll show a quick example here. Real quick example. So, see how this is wider and this is more gray? And if you look close enough, if you're able to see close enough, this is a little bit more sturdy, a little thicker, and this is a little thinner, a little flimsier. So it is from Nintendo, but it was designed to just fold up and put on a store shelf empty and just display the game in stores. There were a bunch of these floating around. They're worth a lot more than they were when I bought them at the time. They are now sought after and collectible. These for display only cases. I bought a number of them, folded them out, started putting the games that I actually had, the full games for to kind of complete the game in a unorthodox way. So it's not the same exact value of it being complete, but it's a close second to it, right? I need to get a dust protector for this. So you got the game, booklet, and extra stuff. So yeah, that's Kirby. All right, number 4. We've got Super Metroid. Same thing, for display only. It would be worth a little more if it were an authentic box. But it's pretty, like I said, it's like second to that. We're talking like $20, $30 difference. Because this box, I saw this go for $150 when I looked it up on eBay. And it's sold for upwards of $160, $170. So the box is, even though it's not a original retail box, these for display only boxes have become collectible, and now they're worth like almost as much. Not quite as much, but almost as much. Especially because these are like, this was brand new. It would never been folded, and I folded it myself. I folded this, so it's like new, right? So pretty cool. And then the inside, we got the game. We got a booklet and the information. All right. And on to the next one. All right. For our final 2 here, at number 2, we got Chrono Trigger. This is the only one out of these that I have just a shell custom case for. I do not have an original box. Original box is extremely hard to find. They're very valuable. I don't have that. Well, I do have the authentic game. I do have the authentic game, and I do have the booklet. Very, very nice condition on both. So these are, on their own, even considered loose, they're still worth a good chunk of change. It would be worth twice, 2 or 3 times as much with the box, but it's still worth quite a bit. It still fits in number 2, my number 2 spot, as this with the booklet and the game itself. That's how rare that's how sought after and rare Chrono Trigger on Super Nintendo is. This is actually my rarest, most valuable game per pricecharting.com, but if I just don't have its box, so therefore it only is able to be at number 2. And finally, at number 1, which I do have, which I have another. This is another display only case. Super Mario RPG. So once again, it's not going to be worth quite as much as an authentic box, but it's not far from it. So, but it's still, it's more than the Chrono Trigger, but not as much as it could be as an authentic box. So, you know, take that for what you will. It's the best I've got. And now, of course, they just remade this on the Nintendo Switch. So now you're able to play it that way, and that's a great way to play it now. You got the game and the booklet, and of course, I always take these, and I bought these in bulk, and I throw them into every box game I have. I can. And these dust covers, too, I need to actually replace. I need to give the Kirby a dust cover. And that's number 1, folks. That's I didn't even realize this till recently, but my Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo is now currently in the market. These are all, you know, these are all as of the day of filming, with the market based off pricecharting.com. My most valuable Super Nintendo games now. Now as a bonus game, real quick, going to show and I've showed this in a previous video before, but it's makes sense here. Tetris and Dr. Mario Player's Choice Edition. This is as immaculate as you can possibly get, because I got this game directly. I mean, I literally witnessed it. I got this game directly from its original shipping box that was found, opened up for the first time ever, after it had been in there for like a number of years, like since '97. I think it was mid 2000s when I saw it. So about 6 to 8 years it had been sealed up in a box, and then they opened it up and it was full of these. The guy pulled one out, said, I'll give you one for $50. I gave him $50 and took it. And so I am the original owner of this factory seal, 100% factory sealed, perfect condition game that I put in this protective case. It's even got the original tab still with it. So now it's not worth a lot. It's only worth like $60, $70 tops, you know, so it's not worth a lot, but it is my only sealed Super Nintendo game. So I'm just happy to have it for that. It's a fun story. So that's pretty much it, folks. So I hope you liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. If you want to see more, and comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to stay up with my videos, because I post regularly. Have a wonderful day.